The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
On one occasion, Herod the Tetrarch, having heard of Jesus' reputation, exclaimed to his courtiers, "This man is John the Baptizer. It is he in person, raised from the dead. That is why such miraculous powers are at work in him." Recall that Herod, who had John arrested, put in chains and in prison on account of Herodias, the wife of his brother Philip. That was because John had told him, "It is not right for you to live with her." Herod wanted to kill John, but was afraid of the people who regarded him as a prophet. Then on Herod's birthday, Herodias' daughter Salome performed a dance before the court, which delighted Herod so much that he swore he would grant her anything she asked for. Prompted by her mother Herodias, she said, "Bring me the head of John the Baptizer on a platter." The king immediately had his misgivings, but because of his oath and the guests who were present, he gave orders that the request be granted. He sent the order to have John beheaded in prison. John's head was brought in on a platter and given to the girl Salome, who took it to her mother Herodias. Later his disciples presented themselves to carry his body away and bury it. Afterward, they came and informed Jesus. Sisters and brothers, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Let me start with the saint of the day we are commemorating and honoring, that is Saint Alphonsus de Liguori, Bishop and Doctor of the Church. Saint Alphonsus de Liguori was born near Naples, Italy in 1696. And Saint Alphonsus de Liguori was the founder of the famous the Redemptorist Fathers. It is said that during his 90 years in life, close to 91, during his years in life, Saint Alphonsus Liguori never committed a mortal sin. Of the 90 or 91 years of his life, he never committed a mortal sin. And this Saint Alphonsus Liguori was so devoted to the Blessed Virgin Mary. And if you realize, all churches run by the Redemptorist Fathers, not only in Cebu, not only in the Philippines, but elsewhere in the world. All the churches run by the Redemptorist Fathers is dedicated to Mary, our Mother of Perpetual Help. And it was because of the great devotion of Saint Alphonsus to the Blessed Virgin Mary. And also Saint Alphonsus de Liguori greatly emphasized the importance of prayer when he said, "He who prays, he who is praying is saved. But he who does not pray, according to Saint Alphonsus, is damned or is condemned." My dear friends, in between his life until his death, In 1762, he was consecrated as the bishop of the Diocese of St. Agatha de Gotti. That was in 1762. Then he died in 1787, and he was canonized in 1839, then declared Doctor of the Church in 1871. Lesson to learn from the feast of St. Alphonsus, my dear friends. Let us strive to imitate St. Alphonsus' great love and devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Let's go to the message of the Gospel reading of today, taken from the Gospel of Matthew chapter 14, verses 1 to 12, my dear friends. The Gospel of today very obviously talks about the beheading of Saint John the Baptist upon the order of Herod the Tetrarch, upon the insistence of Herodias, with whom he was living, and illegally and immorally. And that's why Saint John the Baptist kept on telling Herod Tetrarch, it is not right that you live with Herodias, who is the wife of your brother Philip. My dear friends, sisters and brothers, today's gospel reading sounds incredible. Just as on the one hand, as Herod Tetrarch accepted, he would want to listen to John the Baptist. But on the other hand, because of his sinful relationship with Herodias, he gave in and ordered the beheading of John the Baptizer. This sounds incredible. But talking about incredible events, we could mention as an example, in 1984, in San Isidro, California, in 1984, a 41-year-old father drove to a restaurant, went inside the restaurant, and gunned down 40 people inside the restaurant. That too is incredible. We may also think, my dear friends, of the senseless slaughter of infants ordered by the father of Herod the Tetrarch. And to continue, we can also think of what we call the most insane act of all, and that is the crucifixion of Jesus. Faced with all these events, incredible they are, my dear friends, we try to make sense of them, but we cannot, and we do not be successful making sense of these events. But the best that we can do, my dear friends, is to recall that because of such insanity, the most insane act of all, the crucifixion of Jesus. Yes, Jesus entered into the world because of this insane act. That is what we call his crucifixion. Jesus entered the world, and Jesus began to fight against evil. But then he left to us, his church, the task that is to bring to successful completion fighting against evil. And what are we doing, and how much are we involved in the work of Jesus Christ today, especially being a part to bring to complete and successful completion of the mission that Jesus left us behind? My dear friends, we end with the prayer, Lord, could what W.E. Orchard be right and correct when W.E. Orchard says it may take a crucified church to bring a crucified Christ to the world? Please stand.